Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Animatic Con 2017 with Mr. DJ Zero. How you doing?
Doing amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. So how did you get started in the world of music?
So it started when I was about probably 15 and got into electronica music, saw it through like hackers, and I was like, oh my god, I love this music, and then started exploring and tinkering and started producing, and here I am now.
Awesome. I kind of remember that movie, but I was like in high school when it came out, like not when it originally aired. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're age-wise, we're total gaps. So, what styles do you like to play when you get to perform a set? You know, is it more like a trance mix with a more of an EDM mix, or like what styles do you want to try to like mix and match together?
Honestly, I really enjoy doing like an electro house. I'll kind of jump around from like maybe like dubstep, trap, drum step, bro step. So just kind of keeping a fun theme, being nerdy and just enjoying having fun.
One of my favorite actual like DJ style for anime music is actually Air Gear. That's a really great actual, like it's got a lot of actual trance music in it for the show. So you might want to, if you want to, and also Eureka 7. Okay. Has some nice tracks. Yeah.
Two mixes like some of my favorite anime nerdums going in.
Yeah, Tiger 42s is one track I think you would definitely like from what I'm hearing from you, man. So, what bands, musicians, or music styles do you get a lot of past influence from? Like, you know, when you talk about EDM, trap, and all that type of stuff, you kind of got to go all the way back to the 70s and the disco era and work your way back forward. So, what would you say was kind of more like starting from that standpoint, or even further back? What would you say was like one of those music play styles that kind of influenced you?
See, what was funny I mean, Armin van Buuren was like a big one with trance, and I really got into trance. Also like into like that like underground scene for a while. So like a lot of the people that influenced me weren't like, you know, major scene people, and they just enjoyed what they did, and that's what kind of really rubbed off on me.
Just those like kind of underground, low-key guys that really just wanted to experiment more than anything.
Yep, pretty much the stuff you would see in your typical movie, like Barnes. I know we did one out in a field with like fog. It was pretty cool. I was like, but yeah, no, that's pretty much where my roots started.
All right. So now you've done a lot of work with the Ohio Con. Tell us about your work with them and your experiences working with them.
I mean, I got to work under an amazing guy, Greg Ayers. Greg Ayers took me on. It was interesting because I was part of the former staff and the new wave staff. Works with some amazing talent from all around the States who just had the same passion. It wasn't about that ego or that, oh my gosh, I'm so papa. It was really down to earth. Like, you know, you could talk to them like and just have fun, and just such talent, and we would all rub off each other and, you know, like work with each other. It was amazing, and you know, those are years that I will always fondly remember.
All right. So is there any other conventions or convention stories you'd like to share from your time doing in the convention scene? You know, keep it PG as best as possible, and you know, kind of give us one of your favorite memories of working in the convention community doing DJing.
So one of my favorite events started with kind of more with an after party. So we ended up like getting this like random urge that I was like, oh my god, we're really hungry, and there's this really amazing Chinese restaurant. And when you have about 6 people in a 5-seater, things get awkward. So we ended up piling in the car, and please don't tell local authorities, but I kind of crammed myself into the back of a car. We saw a couple college girls like having fun with, like, oh, we're gonna go and have this like scavenger hunt, and then like one of my friends was like, hey, is a dead body on your list? Do you want to see one? He was like, play along. It was like, give me the arm that doesn't have sensual feelings. I'm like, okay, here, use this one. It's like, well, girls, it's a dead body. And he like slams the car trunk on my arm. Thankfully, I can't feel it, but like the girls just went from like, oh, we gotta go. So that was one good memory. But you know, like just growing up, watching a lot of kids that come to see us perform, seeing them grow up, apprenticing a lot of the people that I remember like yay hole, and like it's a really gratifying experience.
It sounds like you've had a lot of fun going to conventions and showing off what you have to offer to other people, and also having fun just in general. So is there any certain kind of mindset you have when you coming from a large established convention such as OhioCon to a smaller convention like Animatic and still trying to grow it within its second year?
So honestly, I tackle every single show exactly the same. Whether I have a crowd of 3 people having fun or if I have like a whole audience having fun, I'm still going to give the same performance. I'm still going to tackle the crowd the same way. I'm going to have fun and just, you know, do what I do and what I love. And then, you know, hopefully they bring me back next year, and I love watching events grow, and that's just my mindset.
This should be a really fun time. So what emotion or feeling do you get when you cross the fans when you perform? I mean, EDM is kind of one of those ones where the DJ has to kind of feed the crowd, but the crowd feeds back onto the DJ too. So what are you trying to really get out of everyone when they're in there just jamming out?
Honestly, I just want to see them having fun, jumping around, good time, just being themselves. That's number one. Just watching them just enjoy what's being presented in front of them. And for me, feeding off of what they're feeding me back and making sure that I'm, meeting their needs.
Alrighty. So what are your thoughts about the Animatic Con and their message going forward and spending the weekend with them? I mean, they're all about spreading the awareness about autism and how you can help support people and families that have autism. So what's it like being able to come out here and do that yourself?
I mean, for me, it was really neat. I heard about the con through like some of my best friends, and they're like, "All right, hey, you should come out, check this out. It's their first year," and I'm all about that. And then when I found out about the message, I was like, it intrigued me more. So I kind of came in, fly under the radar, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I know you." And I'm like, No, I'm just here to look. It's like, are you playing? I'm like, no, I'm here to support and see. So it was really, really neat to like wander around, and they're like, "You're Zero," and I'm like, yeah, and then they're like, "Hey, I would love to have you come out and play," and I'm like, it's like, that's really cool. And then like knowing the background and the story, and like my oldest son, he has high functioning autism, and I was on the spectrum at like growing up, so like for me it's a really big deal, and just to establish yet that other safe place in the nerdum community, it just warms my heart, and it just brings so much more excitement to doing the show.
That sounds really awesome, man. So how can fans keep up with you and your music? Where can we check you out?
Well, you can stalk me on my Facebook. It's H.A. Jeffries. I also have a Mixcloud and a SoundCloud that I can give you guys links to. Obviously, my SoundCloud is DJ Zero. That's for more of like my production side stuff. So it's hit or miss on when I post, but I'm more active on my Mixcloud. Okay.
And is that the same place?
It's mixcloud.com/AJ Jeffries. And again, I can give you guys links for that.
Alrighty, well, we really appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us so much. Thank you so much for coming out.
Awesome. Good seeing you guys.